Good morning. I have a very exciting video for you guys today, and I think it's one no one's really going to be expecting. I have partnered with a brand that if you're a farmer, you'll probably be like, this is going to be interesting. The brand is Monil. Now, Monil have made a GPS cattle collar, and they have very, very kindly sent me 15 collars to trial on our heifers that haven't been outside since they were calves. So today's going to be interesting because 1, I've never used the cattle collars before. 2, the cows haven't been out for a long time. And 3, we're kind of winging it. There are people on hand if we need them. So that's the philosophy I'm going with today, winging a prayer. Now, in the farming industry, cattle collars are probably one of the biggest question mark products. Are they worth the money? Because they are fairly expensive. Do they work? How do they charge themselves? Do they charge themselves? So there's all these question marks surrounding if they work or not. So today, we're going to test them and show you guys the benefits of having the cattle collars. Because electric fencing, as I have mentioned before, is not my forte. I cannot stand it. The heifers are going out into a field. The first field will be pretty sound fenced, just so I can get them used to the collars. The field that they'll then move into, hopefully they'll be trained on the collars and we won't need to electric fence it. Fingers crossed, guys. So I'm going to talk you through some Monil benefits and then we're going to go and get the heifers and whack these collars on. Here is one collar. So the collars come with a solar panel. They also come with an individual number and a QR code, which you can scan on the app on your phone. They have a weight at the bottom, which stops the collar from spinning around the cow's neck. Because obviously you want the solar panel at the top at all times so it can be charging. Each collar will be individually ID'd to one cow. Through the app, you can then check where the cow is at all times. You can check if they have strayed away from the herd, and the app will also alert you if the cow is doing anything out of its ordinary, like not staying with the herd, becoming walking around the edge, distancing themselves, anything like that. The collar will alert you and let you know. News. I want to say it was Monday. I was weighing lambs, and I just got back. There was a lorry at the end of the drive, and he tried. There was it was an Arctic, and he tried reversing it down the track, which didn't go very well. Anyway, he says, "Oh, are you waiting on her to parry crush?" It's like, yeah, bloody am. The to parry crush has arrived. This crush was in the grant scheme, but I want to save that for another video to go into more detail on the crush, so watch out for that one. First 2 bays of heifers here are the 2 that are going out. The others are still in with Paddy to be caught after AIing, so we're just going to take these up now. Crush to get the collars on. Exciting. Dear, today's going to be so fun. So we picked out 7 or 8 heifers to go to start with, see if they can get on top of it. But these heifers haven't been out since they were calves, since they were weaned. So today's going to go really well, I think. Okay, first heifer is in the crush. I have the first collar. So I've just gone on the Monil app that's all connected up to my phone. I've already marked out the field as to where they go.
This is what I'm seeing on the app. So the names of each cow I've popped with their ear tag number and identified that to a certain collar. So here I am popping in the number of Nova's ear tag, and I've set her name to be Nova as well on the app. So then if you know your cow's names but don't know their ear tag number or vice versa, you can set it to fit your cows. This is the map of the field, and the darker colour is where I've marked out. So I've set the boundary a bit further away from the hedge just so the cows get to know it. I've uploaded all of their names and their ear tag numbers onto the app and moved them into the field.
So I've picked the first collar, I've gone in the Monil app, I've put her ear tag number with this collar. So every time this collar bleeps, it comes up with her ear tag number, so I know who she is. Now, fitting the collar, the numbers and the QR code want to be at the front of the back of her head, like the front facing forward. There's a weight on the bottom. The collar is all rubber, it's all flexible. This just sits in here when it's on, and there's 2 buttons so you can easily change how tight you want the collar. You need to be able to fit a good hand width underneath the collar. Let's try. I'd say that's a bit too loose still, like that, because I can fit 2 hands underneath there. So you can see the collar is still loose, can still slide, but the weight at the bottom, I might just undo that one. There's a weight at the bottom of her neck, so even if she rubs it and the collar spins, like so, it doesn't matter. The weight will eventually bring it back to where it needs to sit. Down the side of the collars, how they give the shock are two metal pieces, and these what the shock is provided through. So obviously it's going to be touching her at all times because that's where her neck is. For those people who are worried about cows getting shocks, these collars give them the opportunity not to. The collar will make a noise twice before she gets a shock, and eventually she'll be able to, her brain will be able to recognise the sound and think, I know I'm going to get a shock, so I'm not going to do it. So it actually is a really nice way to keep the animals in. Right, next cow. I get my next collar. I just check that there's a green light on it, which means it's active. So you press this little button and a little green light comes on. That means it's on. Now, get the collar, numbers to the front. She's a bit of a bigger, she's probably our biggest heifer. So the collar now is it's almost at the end. If you have bulls or heifers that are particularly large, you can get extenders. I haven't got any because we knew all the heifers that we were putting them on would be smaller, but this heifer is almost at the end. But again, you can see the collar can freely move around her neck. So now I'm going to just check on the Monil app, put her ear tag number to the number on her collar so we always know who's who. Again, if the collar goes out of boundaries, I'm just going to shut this front. If the collar goes out of boundaries, often we know exactly what cow it is. If the cow's staying away from the rest of the herd, we can see on the GPS whereabouts it is, and we know which cow it is again, which I think would be really beneficial if you were carving. Obviously we're not carving, these are all in-calf heifers, but we're not carving them at the minute, so that's not going to really apply, but it's there if you were. And now attempt to get Nova back and the next cow in. is in. Next collar is on. Okay, I feel like they're getting easier to do. Again, collar is loose, can slip, can slide. I don't know whether that one's just a bit too loose. Yeah. Done. So, next collar. Two heifers on the trailer. We're going to take them to the field now. I just spoke to the Monil man. The big question is how long the battery's going to last with it not being very sunny and it being October. But we're going to try it anyway and see where we go. I was like, what? How does it know when to start shocking them? Because obviously they're not in the field now. But apparently the GPS recognises... What are you doing?
Waiting for my mother.
Oh. The GPS recognises when they get to the field, that's when it needs to start putting the boundary on. We're going to see. Some breakfast for you. Some grass all night. Thing I've got to remember is not to put that out the boundary.
This next clip, you're going to hear the noise and then the cow's going to walk past the noise and it will give her a shock, so be prepared.
been a long day. I've just been back down and checked on the heifers, and I'll add a screen recording on here of how many times they've been shocked and how many times they've listened to the noises. To be fair, the shocks have stopped completely now, and it's been, I want to say, like 4 or 5 hours since they went out, so that is not bad going, I don't think.
So this is what I'm seeing on the app now. So if you click on your cow, you can see how many times they've been heard the noise or they've been shocked. Now it does say they've escaped, but they haven't actually escaped because they're in a controlled field that is actually fenced. But this is just their training field, so when they move into the next field they won't escape. And as you can see, this is around the outside. The green and the orange are either where they've been shocked or escaped or heard the noise. And as you can see, they were all 9-8 hours ago, so they've learned really quickly not to go past when they hear the noise.
It's been a successful day. A massive thank you to Monil for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to ask any questions, please leave some comments and ask any questions you want to know that I've not answered, and I will hopefully get around to answering them, and hopefully I'll be able to. If not, I have a Monil person that I can reach out to and get your queries answered. And then a quick side note, I have been given a massively exciting opportunity by the Farmer's Guardian to write a column for them. I don't know how many, but a few columns in the Farmer's Guardian magazine. So if you guys get that, please watch out for some columns coming your way. I'm sure there are people that are much more qualified to be writing columns, but it'll be a column in the eyes of a 24-year-old female in the industry, which I think is really exciting and a great way to include every farmer and make sure every different category of farmers fit into the Farmer's Guardian, which I think they are doing. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. It's very exciting. But yeah, a massive thank you for watching, and hopefully we're getting back on track with the videos now that I'm done with the holidays and winter's coming. And yeah, there's some very exciting news coming. I'm really sorry I'm so dirty. Really sorry to Maxus that I'm sat in your lovely truck all dirty. But yeah, tune in next week and we'll see you then. Thank you.